everyone. Thanks for turning in your name designs. They look great. If you didn't turn them in yet, try to get them finished so they can go on your sketchbooks. We got our sketchbooks in at school, so sometime in September I'll be passing back your artwork and your sketchbooks, and maybe your parents can do a drive-through to come get things. So our next lesson is going to be on an artist, Georgia O'Keeffe. We're going to be just looking at some of her artwork and then drawing things that are kind of in a style that is a little similar to hers in a way that I'll tell you about in a little bit. She was born in the United States in the town of Sun Prairie in the state of Wisconsin. And when she was a little girl, she remembered things from when she was very, very, very little, like the patterns on her auntie's dress, or the way that light looked on things, and bright colors. She always had a very unique or different way of looking at things, which you'll see in her artwork. She also lived in She went to art school, and then she in New York City also, and then she went to, she drew the skyscrapers and painted them, and she taught school in West Texas, where she became a little bit more abstract in her artwork, and finally she moved to New Mexico in her later years and painted a lot of pictures in New Mexico. So I'm going to show you some of her artwork in this book. But first I want you to imagine how you might paint or draw a flower. So close your eyes and imagine how you would draw a flower. Okay, this is how Georgia O'Keeffe drew a flower. Can you see it? She loved to look at things so closely, like as if she was a hummingbird going way, way, way up close into the flower, or a bee coming into the flower. So the flower just looked like it was taking up the whole sky and everything. And the flower looks kind of mysterious as you go deeper and deeper into the flower. You can see she didn't draw the stem and the outside of a flower here. She went and looked at the petals of the flower and how kind of mysteriously they go deep, deep. Okay, that's the flower picture. Now I want you to imagine, how would you draw the waves in an ocean? Okay, close your eyes. Do you have your idea? This is how Georgia O'Keeffe drew a wave. The purple part is the sand. I don't know if you can see it very well. And this part, the wave, this is like the first wave that joins the sand. And here's another wave that's coming in behind this wave. And way up here is the horizon line with a light on the horizon line, which maybe that's like a lighthouse or a ship far away. So she kind of did an abstract nighttime drawing of the waves. Let's try another one. Imagine how you would draw a tree. Close your eyes and think, how would you draw a tree? Ready? This is how Georgia O'Keeffe drew a tree. It's like she's lying down on the ground looking up at the tree. And those limbs and branches of the tree almost look like octopus legs. And why do you think the tree looks dark? You're right, it's like daytime. Look at the blue sky. And the tree is kind of like shadowed because the blue sky is so bright behind it. Notice how she made the tree trunk so big right down at the bottom, and then a little thinner as it goes to the top, so it looks like it's getting farther and farther away. And it's taking up the whole page. Okay, now for the next one. How do you think you might draw a seashell? Close your eyes. Imagine drawing a seashell. Here's how Georgia O'Keeffe drew a seashell. These are clam shells, which these kind of shells actually you make clam chowder out of. I don't know if you've had that before. This one is closed up and the clam is inside of it. This one is opened. So the clam either isn't there anymore or I think it's not there anymore. Okay, next. Notice how she's taking up the whole page with the seashell. It's really close up. Here's another one. Very close up. A snail shell. She likes to look at things a long time and look at the details. Okay, next, imagine that you're going to draw some clouds. Ready? Close your eyes. See how you would draw clouds. Here's how Georgia O'Keeffe drew clouds. What? Look at that. There's a pattern of clouds. Where do you think she is? How can she draw clouds this way? Where is she? If you said she's in an airplane looking down on the clouds, I think you're right. They look like icebergs floating in the water, don't they? If you've ever been in an airplane on top of the clouds, you might see how the clouds are on top of the sky like that. And finally, she saw a ladder that was next to her house, and she saw the moon up in the sky. I don't know if you can see the moon. And mountains on the bottom. So she decided to make a ladder that goes from the mountains up to the moon. So she really used her imagination. So today, we're gonna choose some flowers to look at really closely. And I'm going to show you in the next video about drawing things looking really close.